Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Random Wikipedia, Episode 3. George Psalmanazar, the Twitter shitposter from the 1700s. George Psalmanazar was a Frenchman who claimed to be the first native of Formosa, today Taiwan, to visit Europe. For some years, he convinced many in Britain, but was later revealed to be an imposter and proved fake. He subsequently became a theological essayist and a friend and acquaintance of Samuel Johnson and other noted figures in 18th century literary London. So let me tell you about him, eh? Most of his earlier accounts are from his own autobiography he called Memoirs of... No, I'm not using that bleep as a censor, that's literally what it's called. Memoirs of, and then 4 asterisks, so take this with a grain of salt. Allegedly, he was born in southern France to Catholic parents, and according to him, he learned fluent French and Latin by the age of 8, and would, and I quote, lecture his own masters. He conned a few people here and there, but his first big con was in the late 1690s, when he wanted to go to Rome for free, so he learned English, forged a passport, and stole a pilgrim's cloak and staff from the rectory of a local church, and he was off. But people started to notice he wasn't Irish, because they themselves knew or were Irish. Damn, he said, they saw right through my disguise. He needed something more exotic. Just then, he overheard a conversation in the bar.
Hey man, so you know how I deal opium to China, right?
Opium doesn't really come to China until the Opium Wars and...
So I was talking with a client, and he was talking to me about some island right next to China, right?
Whoa, really?
Yeah, they call it Taiwan.
Never heard of it.
And that's when Psalmanazar had a delightfully devilish idea. He would just pretend that he was from Taiwan. It didn't matter if he knew nothing about Taiwan, because no one else did either. He made one of the first ever constructed languages, a writing system, and even a religion. He published a book called An Historical and Geographical Description of Formosa, an island subject to the Emperor of Japan. And he made up some pretty elaborate laws. Apparently, in Psalmanazar's Taiwan, it was a prosperous country with a capital city called Externstadt. Men walked naked through the streets, except for gold or silver plate to cover their genitals. Their main food was a snake they hunted with tree branches. Apparently, the Taiwanese were polygamous, and their husbands had a right to eat their wives for infidelity. They executed murderers by hanging them upside down and shooting them full of arrows. Every year, they sacrificed the hearts of 1,800 young boys to God, and their priests ate the bodies. They used horses and camels for transport and dwelled underground in circular houses. Just what? This captivated the Western world, to say the least. If I thought this were true, it would captivate the hell out of me as well. His book exploded like when I jerk off after No Nut November and was translated into 3 different languages. No one could get enough of this guy. He got a lot more for free than just a trip to Rome. But here was the issue. The population of Europe at the time was pretty much the same as PewDiePie's subcount, and this guy was the 1700s version of dabbing or pet rocks. People got bored of it. Every time he made another claim, it got less and less credible. He actually started putting out unsuccessful merch. Then, people actually started going to Taiwan, and by 1706, he confessed. Oddly enough, he got interested in theology and the study of God and religious beliefs. And sorry to any theologists out there, but that's kinda weird for a guy who conned an entire continent. He went into retirement in 1751 and was paid $100 a month by an admirer. He then died in 1763. Moral of the story? Don't tell people you lied. This would have been a way more funny video if he never confessed. But anyway, thank you for watching Random Wikipedia. Leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you disliked it, and give us some feedback in the comments. Thanks again, and good night.